What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Issa Kickback. I'm James,
I'm Marcellus.
and Issa Kickback.
It is.
This week we're gonna be discussing a more serious topic in navigating race relationships through our youth and all the way up to adulthood, and just things of that matter. So let's dive right into it. So a tough thing that a reminder, I guess, let me rephrase, a reminder.
Yeah, let's remind
We're from rural areas in the Midwest. I know when you hear Illinois, you automatically think Chicago. No.
Far away from that.
Yeah.
The local states just told you we are not from Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago's blue, the rest of us is red, if that says anything.
That's a good way to clean it. Yeah, I don't need to do about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
a
good
way.
Yeah, I like that.
And so just that's where we're from, and we are two young black men dealing with this. So yeah, go ahead.
Two young black men that are learning as we go.
Yeah, because it wasn't in our education system for us to learn who we are. So we're learning as we go, and it's actually pretty nerve-wracking.
But enlightening as well.
Yeah, I would agree. But it does, to be 30 years old and be like, to learn all this new information about you is just like, wow, okay. So
damn, you is 30, huh?
I'm 29. I might as well be, bro. The way I be.
I'm with you. I'm in the same way 3 weeks. Well, yeah.
But so we're gonna be navigating the race relations and just speaking on how we do that. And Marcellus, so let me ask you, have you ever been the token black boy?
As it pays me to say, absolutely, most definitely, positively, yes.
Yeah, I'm same boat.
Let me provide some context as well. One, my name's Marcellus. Like, that's not like hi, Chad. Like, it's Marcellus. Like, I'm going to stand out. And I had Tutor Collins, so, like, I look different. And my hair's always been either an afro or long or whatever. So, like, I've always been like that. Not that cool guy, but I've always been like that guy that, like, you see me when I walk past you type shit. You know?
Yeah.
So, yes, I've been the total black boy.
Okay, so if from hearing his story, if you're not familiar with what the token black guy is, the token black guy is someone that's put there for the sake of racial diversity. So
yeah,
when you see that group of friends, South Park is a good example. They even have the black guy named Token.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you ever seen that movie, Not Another Teenage Movie? It's the white black guy. It's like to meet the quota, pretty much.
Yeah. So in your workplace, you'll have one or two black people that work alongside you, and that'll be it.
Yeah.
Diversity hires is, that's an ongoing joke on TV, but it's a very real thing. You just might not have to live with it, but you may or may not. But yeah, so a token black guy is someone that's there to be like, we're not racist. We hang out. We have black friends.
My best friend is black.
Yeah. That's the role that usually plays. Are we really their friends? Sometimes. But I'm the same as you in a sense. I was a token black guy, especially when I left Quincy. Quincy is where I had most of my black friends, but when I came to Jacksonville, I was a new kid. I was very much sheltered in a sense. Not kind of, but not really. But like a lot of that stuff didn't resonate with me. I moved to a place where everyone was already friends. They already had their friend groups, and then I was just a new guy who played ball. Of course, I hung out with like the ball players and stuff like that. But most of my
you were also like kind of older too, where you're like in high school, about like that, right?
Yeah. So it was like people have their friend groups. You know what I'm saying? People are already moving how they want to move, and things like that. So I did a lot of keeping to myself for a while. It took meeting my friend Josh and those guys, Josh and John, to really get me to be like, all right, y'all are decent. But yeah,
Yeah.
I've been the token black guy, part of groups. I've been the hey, I have black friends. We have black friends, and then but yeah, so that's kind of what a token black guy is. We've both been in that position,
Yeah.
and we're both younger in that position as well. Because like I know my
Way,
example
way,
was from high
way, yeah.
school, but that is way yeah, that shit starts early, especially in the areas that we're from.
Yeah.
So
Like, and it even gets deeper to it, like, so like, remember, like, when you're kids, you get invited to, like, birthday parties.
mhm.
Yeah. I know, like, at being a parent now, I could just, would, like, think in my head, other kids' parents be like, hey, you had to invite him too. Like, we can't leave that black kid out. You had to invite that kid too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I did like that shit. Like, now that my kids are getting invited to parties and stuff, it's like, do we invite this guy? Like, or is this,
A pity.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I think as a parent, I want to say that's a general thing because no one wants to have the weird kid that's not invited to shit. So I wouldn't blame that solely on race, but I think it also plays a role,
I mean,
especially
you
where
hear
we're
what I'm
from.
saying, though?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm with you. Dude, as soon as I found out I was becoming a dad, one of my first, like, I was just like, holy fuck, like I'm a dad in this area. Like I have to raise a black child in this area after what I experienced in this area. So
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah.
But there's other variables that could because I think your kids are dope to me.
Yeah. They are.
So
Thank you.
yeah. So I would say there might be other variables because honestly, what if it's a weird kid inviting them? Then what? Why the fuck we come to this birthday party?
Wow. Hey, and it's like that's another
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But as parents, it's something that stays on your mind because not too
Yes.
much, not honestly, not too much has changed, man. Not too much.
I mean, nothing really besides the time.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
you go like and you see it when you go to like fairs and stuff like that, and you see the kids and you see the friend groups and it's just like wow, nothing all this time and nothing's changed.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, but I guess let's kind of speak on when we were younger to the difference now that we're older. How is it now that you have the knowledge that you do on certain things? How is it different with the friends or acquaintances that you have as an adult than it was when you were a kid?
Uh, well, excluding the kid part because like that's you have to be more sensitive with your kids. Like with myself,
Yeah,
I just don't allow myself to be in that position anymore. Like I don't even like tolerate any like this is like a meet in the corner situation. Like I don't if you don't want me here and we're not rocking like that, I'm gone. Don't invite me because I know this person and you know this person, so you feel like you had to invite me because we know the same person. No, invite that person. Y'all have a good time. I'm gonna go do my own thing. Like I just don't even allow myself to be in that position anymore. Just because like there's tension in the air when I
yeah,
walk in, and I don't
yeah,
need to be in there. Like if I'm not respected and loved when I come into the room, I don't need to be in that room.
yeah,
You feel me? So
yeah,
like I'm gonna go ahead and run out of here.
yeah,
To my white friends, y'all kid it. Eat your little potato salad, do your thing. I'm gonna head on out.
Hey, what the
I'm gonna head
potato
on out.
salad do?
Hey man, outclass. God bless you, outclass.
No,
I know you look.
yeah.
I know you.
I rock with it, low key. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah, I'm kidding. God bless you.
But I am with you. And it's like our peers of different race, like they know, like they know where the relationship is. I feel like because they would know if we weren't cool or not.
Yeah,
I feel like we're both pretty outspoken in that sense. Um, but it's also go ahead.
they do, but they also like want to play. I don't want to say play dumb. Like, come on,
Yeah,
Let's just have a
they
drink. Like, they want to play nice. I'm not. Oh, I don't need to play nice. We're like you said, we're almost 30. I don't need to play nice.
yeah. If he don't like me, I'm not trying to be around him.
Yeah,
I will say I don't think I found myself outside of work. Of course, I don't think I've ever found myself in that position to be uh just singled out like that.
yeah.
Because I'm like you, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not
I
doing that.
mean, there's definitely been moments of they tried it, but it's like,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
But like,
definitely.
well, I appreciate my homies who do that though. Like, I appreciate you trying to extend the olive branch. But it's like, me and that guy don't rock like that. Ain't no need for me to come wreck his party. They don't need, like, I don't need that energy. He
Yeah,
doesn't need my energy,
yeah.
because
He
that's
won't
just
care if
going
you
up
come,
so
and I'm
much
like,
times.
yeah, he won't care if you come. But it's like, did you even ask him? Like, let him
Yeah, it's
know?
like, yeah. Because I feel like sometimes people confuse my personality with kindness.
Yeah,
Just because I'm kind doesn't mean I'm kind. There's a difference. You just got to read between the lines again.
yeah. So how else has not accepting that kind of stuff or not tolerating that kind of stuff affected you? Has it affected you in other areas of your life as well?
I mean, socially, like just in general,
Yeah.
like even like just going out for a drink, I could feel some, or like trying to like meet girls.
Okay,
I
before you dive into that, you said socially in general. I want you to elaborate a little bit.
So like, well, I mean, the time we live in, and like a guy drinks one too many, and they start saying some left the wall shit. Like for example, at your last event back in January, this dude, white dude, was like just trying to like offer everyone a drink of his beer, and it was like he's like, "Come on, just have a drink." And I was like, "Nigga, I don't know you like that, and I'm good. No, I don't drink after men, first off,
Yeah.
and I'm not drinking after a stranger, second off. Like, come on,
Yeah.
like, I'm straight. God bless you." And then like he kept trying to like shake my hand, and Corona's over, but like we don't need to shake hands, like.
Yeah.
But he was just being very aggressive every day. He was like, he didn't say nigga or like nigga or anything like that, but like I could tell like it was on his mind. I could tell like he was like, come on, my nigga. Like I could tell he wanted to say something like that. I could tell,
Yeah.
come on, nigga, come on. Like I could tell that's what he wanted to say. But like,
Yeah.
excuse me, he read the room, so he didn't say that. But this is very awkward and like very weird. So like I had to walk away.
Yeah.
I had to just walk away. Just like that.
But yeah. So I would agree. I would agree socially as well to an extent because it's not like you said earlier, they try to play like, oh, it's not that bad, or come on, it's just one drink, and it's like, no, y'all really don't know. See, I've had situations where I've had to prove to my friends, I'm like, okay, I'll go, but let me show you. Like, pay attention to how he acts. Pay attention, you know, or pay attention to how they act, and they'll apologize. And was I've had to even prove like my friends wrong. They'd be like, oh, it's not that bad. That's not what it is. Woo woo, and it's like, okay, let me show you. Like, let's put it out there. I was like, look for these things.
Yeah.
And they'll do all these things I just told you because they do it every time, and that's why I don't feel comfortable like being around them. And I'm not gonna say my homie's name, but this is my best friend. This is my brother, and we had a situation. He's like, it's not that. Like, he's like, just come, bro. Like, come on. Like, it was when I was going through some things too. So he's like, really just trying to get me out of the house. I was like,
Right.
you know what? I'll go.
Respect to that. Respect to that.
Yeah, and he's like, don't see it like that. Woo, woo, woo. And I was like, you pay attention to all these things, and we'll see, bro. We were there for like 30 minutes. We were there. We're like, it was supposed to be an all night thing. We were there for like all night. It was a night out. We were there for like 30 minutes. We didn't even leave the pregame. We just left we didn't leave the pregame to go to the out. We just left. Like, he's like, my bad.
It'd be like that. It'd be like
He
that.
was like, my bad. And he was like, and we had a serious conversation. You know,
Yeah.
does me hanging out with them? I'm like, no, bro. Like, we're good because I know you. I don't know them, but every time you try to bring me around them, you don't see it. You don't see it. You don't hear it because you and me are different.
Yeah.
You know, but they're not where you and me are. You know, so yeah,
Do you remember your first realization of like, oh shit, this is this is who I am in this circle. This is who I am in this life. Like in this realm, I should
yeah.
say. Like, am I the token black guy? Because I remember my first recall.
Mine is actually fucking embarrassing because like I
Was
was like,
it?
yeah, I made the cut, and it was just like,
That's how I was. Real life.
yeah,
I
it's
was
like
the same
no,
way.
no. But I also didn't know like my dad was the one that called. He's like, that's not a good thing, and I was just like,
Long to OG.
yeah, and I was like, what do you like, you know? And then we had a conversation, and then it was like, because in Quincy, I hung out with more black people than in Jacksonville. In Jacksonville, I didn't live by nobody. You know what I'm saying? I hung out with black people if we like balled or something at, you know, at the courts, but that was pretty much it, you know?
Right.
Um, but yeah, so my first moment was like, yeah. And then it was just like, what the fuck? Yeah.
It was fun though.
Yeah, I can laugh about it now, I guess.
Yeah. So I was like at a this is my first recall, my first realization.
Yeah.
We had this big ass party, right? I'm talking like 50, 60 people. Excuse me. And it was like 10 cars driving there. We're all everybody was like, hey, only same amount of people come in the house, right?
Yeah.
And it's me and my cousin Juju. So I think
Shout out to you.
it's like me, him, and like 8 other black people type shit, like something like that. And like a bunch of white group. Anyway, me and him get in and we're like, holy fuck. Like you said, like we made it. We're here. We're the guys.
Yeah.
We didn't need this. we didn't need this.
Yeah.
But I remember going home the next day, thinking to myself, like, wow, I was the only nigga in there. For real, like, it was just me and him.
Yeah.
And then, like, as I got, like, really into myself and, like, really being me, I started showing up to the parties, smoking weed, trying to fuck they bitch, like, really be on some me shit,
Yeah.
that's when it's like, oh, well, hey, you're doing too much, Marcellus. Hey, you guys gotta go. Hey, you're being too loud. Like, I said, oh. Now that I'm here, the real me, I can't
Yeah.
hang on no more.
Yeah. Take that
And
mask off.
that's when it, like, just the slap happened. Like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, yours is a little more brutal than mine. Mine was
Yeah.
my pops. But once my pops said it to me, I started to pay attention. It was like, fuck.
That's how it be, though.
Yeah. So you're about to get into dating and stuff too. Has it
Yes.
fucked with dating and things like that?
Unintentionally, yeah. Just like, and I hope the girls that listen to this don't get offended, but I'm not capping when I say this. These white girls love to say nigga in their rap songs. They love to say nigga when they get a little too lit. Pastor Blunt nigga, like they love to say that shit just because I don't know that they cool or just because they got some dirty Air Forces, they could say that shit. I don't know what it is. I'd be like, yeah, nah, you gotta go.
Not the 34 sis.
Man, it's out. Hey, hold on, real quick though, real quick. This memory just popped in my mind too. Shout out to JB. We was out one night at Mad Bosco Hose. Excuse my language. They had a car because me and JB was like waiting on them, and they got in the car. And she's like, "Oh, what's up, niggas?" Jared said, "Get out." No hesitation. You know, I said, word, you know, on teeth, like, hey, she no hesitation. They shut the door. She said, what up, niggas? Get out. All right.
Respect,
You know,
and I'll
thank you.
take
Hey, word to JB. He said, get out. I laugh at that all the time. I was like, man, we could have fucked her, bro. We could have got some easy pussy or something. He's like, nope, get out. Anyway, slow time, so I gotta sell like JB for that. Well, like, that's what it was. They're like, so I had to like start opening my eyes to like how these girls talk,
Yeah,
especially like when they around their white friends. If they allow their white homies, like white men, to say nigger
yeah,
as if it's okay. I said, ooh, yep, get out. You know, Chase said, I can't
yeah,
fuck with you. So it really like opened my eyes in that sense.
yeah. But there's dudes that let their white friends. There's black men that let their white friends like call them that and stuff like that. They're like, we don't see it. And I was just like, God, open up a real fucking history book.
Yeah,
But that's how I'll be feeling because there's this one. There's this one time my homie was crushed on this girl, but she was hanging out with a clown, bro. So they meet up with us, and
you see a pussy?
huh? Yeah,
She a
yeah,
pussy.
yeah, yeah. Because I don't be outside in Jacksonville, bro. It's not. Uh-uh.
For
Uh,
sure.
but so we're there, and he said something crazy. I had to go to my house, like, bro, he just be flinging that word around like that. Like, y'all cool with that? And he was like, I'm not. I wish you would leave his clown ass alone. and I was like, who does he be with? And he let me know who he be with, and I was like, oh, that's why. So but it was just like, all right, well, we're out of here because if he thinks
Yeah,
it's gonna piss somebody off. So
yeah,
yeah, it's just like they're like it's just the word is just like okay, words hold weight, words are spells. But all right, anyway, but okay, back to
and intent matters too. Let that be known.
man,
Intent matters.
because me personally, I don't use the word that often. I don't say the N word that often. Even in music, I don't say the word that often. Like you can
Shit,
ask
not
anybody
me.
that.
First one.
No, you say it the most. Tell this motherfucker.
I don't care. I do
Look,
it
and I ain't mad. Look, I ain't mad at you.
for sure.
But I
Yeah,
don't. It's just not me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So, that's all I'm saying. But anyway, so back to just the social effect. But then when it comes to dating, you said, JB said, get out.
Hey, no hesitation. Word to my bro.
So nowadays, is that something that's on your mind? Like, what are the intentions?
That I mean,
Do you like being the only black guy she's ever been with, or the first black guy she's ever been with?
see, that's another thing that like at first, yeah, but yeah, like I met a guy was like, wait, why?
Yeah, yeah,
And that's when I started to think, why?
yeah,
Good weird question. This is not no country. Why?
yeah,
One of your parents say at home, "Oh, are you racist, low key?" Like I didn't like start thinking like, why?
yeah. It goes down that rabbit hole. Yeah, and
I'm the first one. I don't
yeah,
believe you.
yeah. I know some good dudes. I know some good brothers around here. So it's like,
That's what I say. I know, like my niggas ain't like that. It's like
yeah,
I'm the only one. You see, you're a liar. What they be for
you're a
real?
liar.
But they be for real. So it's like, man, that's sad.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy. How there's this stigma that it's bad for white women to be with black men too. I think it's crazy. But don't get me wrong, because I come from a family where black men and white women they do not like us as black men with white women. So,
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's a real thing.
so but socially, like when you're out, it's random people. I think that kind of prejudice is crazy. I think that's crazy.
I mean, so
Go ahead.
and I did it too deep with you when you were with your mother, your child's mother, excuse me. Do you ever get those looks?
See, I got the looks, but she never caught them. She never caught them.
Mm,
Or she it's because she didn't know to be on the lookout for them. And
Yeah. Yeah.
and you know, as confident as I am, you still see these piercing eyes judging you and shit like that. And it's like, man, I'm
Absolutely.
not trying to be in this motherfucker. Like, I'm not even comfortable no more. Like,
Yeah.
but
You
then
don't
it's
put the
sometimes,
vibe.
yeah, and then sometimes it's like you gotta eat that shit up. Like, this is my person. This is who I'm here with. Fuck the bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that navigating was weird because when I came back to Quincy, like Macomb is cool because it's a college campus, it's a college town. So it was like interracial shit, regular.
All the time. Yeah.
That shit at Quincy though, when I got back to Quincy,
Man.
no.
Well, I remember one time I was at like this nice restaurant. I ain't gonna say the name because it wasn't their fault. But we was on a date. I was with my children's mother, and I could just feel like you ever just feel someone just like staring at you.
Yeah.
And I just felt like this person just like looking at me. It was like this old white lady. She's like, cause she was like, "Are you with this man?" Or like, out of that, like, I don't know. I could tell she had some questions on her mind.
Yeah.
And I just felt like super like awkward. Like, mind you, this is like a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm paying like 200, something like that. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
spend no money no more. So man, let's balance, but you can't just leave like that.
Yeah.
But,
You're not supposed to anyway.
right?
So let me ask you this. When we were younger, so we spoke on, social the dating. When you were younger, why do you
Yeah,
think we were so oblivious to these kind of things?
we just want to be accepted.
I think that and kids are we were pure hearted. We didn't
Yeah,
see it like that. And a lot of and man, I've noticed the difference in how some of my peers have raised their kids. Whereas when I was raised, it wasn't so much about the color of their skin. You know what I'm saying? But I've
yeah.
noticed in some of my peers where it's like we want our kids to learn what it's like to be around people that look like you, and it's like, well, that's not how you go about that. But I kind of get your intention. Uh,
It's a man with a clear heart.
yeah, yeah, and it's because we have that relationship to where you can say that as fucked up as it sounds, and I can comprehend that you just want your kids to be like understanding and to know and do right going
Yeah,
forward.
yeah.
Um, but I've had peers where it's like, well, they just feed into the narrative of what they're taught in a classroom, like they don't do. Yeah. So, in your sense, you said, I said we were pure hearted, but if you wanted to elaborate on your reason,
I say
rather than accept.
because well, and then it's just speaking for myself. I just wanted to be accepted. I just wanted to have friends, like be cool and like get out there, make more friends, and the more friends you had, it feels like you're more accepted, but really you're just more lonely, trying to build a void.
Yeah. And I can
But
agree. I that's how I was in Jacksonville. I did a lot of weird shit to,
and it's like why,
yeah.
like drinking jungle juice out of a fucking bathtub or whatever. Like, that's stupid. Why do you do that? Well, white people all around you, being the only black person, you could have got killed and no one would have noticed.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
No one would have cared for real.
Exactly.
So what's one thing if your friend came to you, of a different race, I was like, how do we recognize like if you guys are being antagonized or anything like that?
Fuck.
Oh, you
So
want me to go first?
yeah, because I only know defense. I don't know no offense right now.
Yeah. So, like I said, like I told you before we started recording, I had a friend, or I actually mentioned it, where we went out, and I was like, pay attention to this.
Oh
And
yeah,
once he noticed that, he was like, oh, I got you. So really, it's just I think one thing is like, don't call us crazy just because we see something.
yeah,
Don't try to write us off or don't do that shit.
yeah, for
Because
sure.
don't get me wrong, like as a person with anxiety, like I do be in my head, but I promise you, I've thought about this so much to a point where this is,
I gotta be right one time. I gotta be right
yeah.
one time.
And Dude, and I'm a big energy person. If I feel this from you, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people where even today, like there's people I felt that shit from, and I'll even try to mend it or speak or just be casual, and it's like, yeah, no, I'm glad that's dead. And they,
See, and that's where I say I'm on defense all the time because I don't got time to make nothing. Fuck it.
yeah. I mean, I try. It was more of a, we're grown now. We changed. We've had to grow a little bit, but not everybody
Listen,
does.
I'm with you 100%. But sometimes I'll be like, man, fuck it.
Yeah, no, I feel that. That's just more work.
Yeah, and I don't have the time
Yeah,
because if we're not already halfway with me, they don't need to be too close. They
yeah,
don't quarterly pushing more than 50% when you're not pushing more than 20. And, God bless you. I'm gonna keep moving.
yeah. Nah, and I don't blame you for that. So
Yeah.
that kind of wraps up this week's episode of Navigating Race Relations. Like I
Yes,
said,
sir.
we're black men from rural areas in the Midwest, so it's very different from our peers who are in the city. They're educated, they're taught to be confident in themselves, and not saying that
It's more than just black and white people too.
yeah, it's not that we're not taught to be confident in ourselves. It's that once we leave the house, we don't get that kind of confidence boost
Yeah,
or that
yeah,
energy put into us. Once we leave the house, that cuts it off. That's it.
yeah.
So outside the crib, it was unless you're at JB's crib or you know what I'm saying, or unless I'm at like JT or KJ's crib or Tyrell's crib, it was just like
Yeah, yeah.
it was like so if we weren't at
Uh,
somebody's home base, we weren't getting
Another strong foundation, pretty much.
yeah, yeah. So but yeah. Uh I guess I hope you guys like, stream, follow, all that good stuff to continue supporting us. We're doing our best to just get back on the grind and
Be patient with me. I'm coming back in full effect. I'm sorry for my absence.
yeah.
Life is real. The life is
Yeah.
hard. There's ups and downs. But I'm back. I'm black and I'm proud. God bless
On
you.
me. Yeah. And we're gonna do our best to stay consistent going forward.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, hit the notifications so you guys every 2 weeks is the goal. Something new for you guys, whether it's music or entrepreneur interviews or me and Marcellus chopping it up about something that's weighing on us heavy.
Yeah.
With
And let
that
us know
said,
if you guys have any ideas too.
yeah, if y'all ever want to hear something, especially when it comes to this race shit, because like, if you don't have black friends or you don't have friends of another race, like you can anonymously leave questions like, well, what if someone does this or what if this?
Yeah.
And it's like, how would this be received if I did this? Like, because at the end of the day, like we're all stuck here together. We might as well get along. But
Now we got kids stuck here together too. So
yeah,
let's keep it peaceful.
but easily conquered people are divided, and that's why they make race such a big deal. Rich people don't give a fuck about race. Poor people
Don't
give
care
a fuck
about
about
guns.
race. Yeah, rich people don't give a fuck about race. So
Yeah.
that's just something to keep in mind. But yeah, with that said, I'm James,
I'm Marcellus.
and this is the Kickback.
Yes,
Peace.
sir.